What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Obviously, as you guys know, Gordie Howe passed away this morning. Definitely, first thing I do every morning when I get up is check my phone, and seeing that was like, oh, kind of wanted to roll over and go back to bed. But, especially, Muhammad Ali passed away, a week ago tonight. Yeah, Friday night. So, again, just an awful week for the sports community. I think about guys my dad's age that grew up watching, Mr. Hockey and Muhammad Ali, and it's like, damn, they're losing their heroes. And Gordie obviously had a lengthy battle, and obviously had the stem cell thing in Mexico last year, or a year or two ago that really kind of elongated his life. And it's just a really, it is a sad day for hockey because he was, until Wayne Gretzky came along, all due respect to Maurice Rashad, even Bobby Orr to a certain degree, he was the greatest. I mean, he did things that were like, holy shit. I mean, you talk about revolutionizing the game. He was the original power forward. I mean, he'd blast a shot by you, knock you on your ass, and then, drop the gloves. I mean, he was just an amazing force of nature. Had 100 points a couple times, and back in the day when that was not something that happened regularly, I think he might have been the first player to have 100 points in a season, and was all due respect to Steve Yzerman, the greatest player in the history of the Detroit Red Wings. So, again, just to watch what he did over the course of essentially 30 plus year NHL career pro hockey, it's like damn, and then you look at what he did the WHA with the Houston Aeros, which was, they were amazing. Him getting to play with his two sons and coming over and playing for the New England Hartford Whalers at the end was like, wow. And then the fact, I think it's funny, him and his, longtime rival Bobby Hull ended up playing together, which is kind of funny. Their last NHL season with Hartford, and, I tell you all the difference. Everyone in the game, that's a Gordie Howe story. Obviously, when he got to play in the All-Star game against Wayne Gretzky, when Gretzky was, first coming up, was pretty sweet. But Bobby Orr tells a story in his book. Bobby was coaching a hockey camp, and Gordie Howe was one of the, speakers that came in. And the guy running the camp introduced him and said to, Gordie, this young man's going to be playing against you in a few years. Do you have any advice for him? Gordie Howe looked at Bobby Orr and said, watch my elbows, kid. So Bobby kind of looks at like, all right, I think Bobby Orr was like 13 at the time. Fast forward 5 years, they're playing, the Bruins are playing the Red Wings at, I think it was the Olympia in Detroit, and puck goes into the corner, Orr and Gordie go for it, and hits him right in the face with an elbow, and Bobby Orr's kind of dazed, but it just happened. Skating back up the ice, and Gordie Howe turns to him and says, "I told you to watch my elbows, kid." You remember that day, all these years later. And there's a similar story with Keith Olbermann from ESPN. The commercial I did was awesome back in the day, but he was sick a couple years ago. Olbermann tells a story of when they filmed that commercial. He told Gordie Howe, I got your autograph in like 1969 when I was a little kid. And Gordie goes, "Oh, was it like the Ford, New York show?" And he goes, "Yeah, do you remember that?" He goes, "Yeah, we played in Boston the night before. I had 2 goals on Eddie Johnson and took the train down. Just kind of went thing by, the backup goalie started for the Rangers. And I was like, holy shit, mine's like a steel trap." And I think that's, part of the reason he was so beloved by everyone that came in contact with him. So I wasn't lucky enough to have the privilege to meet Gordie, but just from what everyone says, one of the greatest to ever play, not only one of the greatest to play the game, and one of the greatest people we've known. So keep the Howe family and Gordie's friends in your thoughts and prayers in the next few weeks. Anyway, that's all I got. So to the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the final and beyond. Later, guys.